Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Channel is The Southern Constitutionalist. I'm your host, John. And so I've been working on a new podcast that's going to be released hopefully Monday. But been having some difficulties with some of the audio clips that I've tried to add. Not exactly sure why, but whatever. It's fine. I'll make it work. I usually do. Can't say always, but I usually do. And I really wasn't going to do a video today. It was just a few days ago, I think, that I did one. Or maybe I just posted it. I did it before. I don't know. I can't remember. Either way, it wasn't that long ago that I published one. But, I'm trying to do at least one podcast a week on the audio side. Videos, I don't know. I want to say right now it's probably averaging either one or two a week, but probably just kind of doing it whenever I get a burr up my ass. Like now. So I was watching the local news, and of course, they're talking about the new guidelines with the CDC that have just come out. But an interesting thing is that supposedly they're not going to talk about, or they weren't supposed to be talking about, those who are vaccinated and get sick. We'll just say get sick. I know this video is going to get flagged because of what I'm about to say. I don't know what YouTube's going to do. They may just ban my ass outright. It's not going to stop me from making videos. I'm telling you right now. If you like and support me and my message, the questions that I ask and things like that, do not rely on finding it on YouTube. You guys need to go to theconstitutionalconfederate.com and sign up there. Everything is free. I don't charge for anything. The videos go there, the audio podcasts go there, and my writings are found there. You'll find all three categories, and I'm also trying to add more to the site as it is. Some more content and stuff. So yes, I strongly advise you guys, if you want to keep hearing from me, then you really do need to go to the website. I know it's a controversial address. I'm sorry, I cannot do anything about it right now. The address and domain were paid for, and I've got to see what I can do about switching it over. And if it costs me like it did for the first one, I just don't have the money. And I don't know when I'll have the money. The other thing is technically, if you guys want to help and support or whatnot, you can go to anchor.fm to search for the Southern Constitutionalist, and there is listener supported there where you can click on the button. You can also, to support, contribute, trying to leave it that all of that money goes back into the platform, which is either the website or the podcast itself. If I travel, go to something like an event or a rally or whatever, I may pull funds if I need it to go do that. But again, that just goes right back into the work. So but for right now, that's the only place I have where you can donate if you would like to. But yeah, while they were doing the story with the CDC, the local news, one of the things that they mentioned, which I'm surprised they did because technically they're not supposed to, but there was some kind of an event out in, it was either Michigan or New Jersey. And out of all the people who went there, over 400 people came down with the COVID virus. They're claiming the Delta variant. And the research that was done, and this is the part that the news is not supposed to be releasing or discussing, but the paper that was released stated out of those 400 plus who were infected with COVID, 74% of them were vaccinated. 74% were vaccinated. Okay. If you go to my Instagram, I posted a screenshot of a video. The video was from Slightly Offensive and Eliza Schaefer. The video was how Australia is reporting on those who come down with the Delta variant. Numbers of hospitalizations and numbers of deaths. But Australia is breaking it down. And they're telling you the number of unvaccinated versus the number of vaccinated. And the screenshot that I took, because I couldn't post the video, the screenshot that I took had about 2.5 times the number of people vaccinated versus the ones that were unvaccinated. Now, is that a number or is that a percentage that is localized to Australia for one reason or another? I don't know. Is that a problem for only Australia? That I don't know. Is Australia the only one reporting their numbers in that way? No. There are other countries overseas who are reporting the numbers of infected, hospitalized, and dead, but they're breaking it down between the vaccinated and the unvaccinated as well. The other discussion is, as many of you probably already know, and probably have already heard, it was either yesterday or the day before, Joe Biden had the audacity to come out and say in a press conference that he has his legal advisors and teams looking into the legalities of the federal government mandating vaccinations. You don't think forced vaccinations are coming here to the US? Then you're as fucking stupid as you can be. I can tell you right now, though, according to the 10th Amendment of the Bill of Rights, the federal government does not have that power. I've said it before and I will say it again. You guys need to start reading the Constitution. You need to read the first part of the Constitution. You need to read the second part, which is the Bill of Rights. There is no way for me to stress that enough. Many of you do not know what rights you have that are currently being violated. It's that simple. Why don't they know, you ask? Well, that's simple. They don't teach the Bill of Rights or the Constitution in schools anymore. The reason they don't teach it anymore is because you don't know the rights that have been taken from you if you don't know what they were to begin with. I've been telling you guys this for years. Well, I haven't been telling y'all this for years. I've been telling y'all this for months. but I've been having that discussion with people for years. If you don't know what your rights are, you don't know when they're taken from you, and you don't know when they're violated. And right now, the biggest violator of constitutional rights happens to be the federal government. It's that simple. I have a really, really strong feeling that if the people who don't know what the Constitution says was to go and read the damn thing, instead of trying to wipe their ass with it, they would come to find out that, number one, it's still prevalent today. And number two, they very well would probably start standing up for it. They would start standing up for it and fighting for it. A very wise man once said, if you trade freedom for security, then you deserve neither. Thomas Jefferson. And he was right. Another wise man once said, or semi-wise man once said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Surrendering your rights isn't one of them. You want to know what the biggest difference between extremists and constitutionalists are? Extremists demand that you do what they want you to do, what they think is right. If they think the proper thing is to wear a mask, they want everybody to wear a mask. They think the proper thing is to be vaccinated, they demand everybody be vaccinated. A constitutionalist sits there and says, if you feel safer wearing a mask, wear it. If you don't. You do what's best for you. If you think the vaccine is going to protect you, if you fall into the category where you may be more susceptible, go get the vaccine. If you're one of those who has questions about the vaccine that's not being answered, and you're not sure about getting it, don't get it. Wait until all the research and statistics are released. Or don't get it at all. It's your personal freedom and your personal choice. It also falls under personal responsibility that if you don't do something that you should do, you have to pay the price for that. There's a price we pay for all the decisions that we make, and I keep telling people this. Sometimes the price is good, sometimes the price is bad, but you're gonna pay the price. You just have to decide for yourself if the price was worth it. I've made choices that at the time I thought the price was worth it, and later on down the road I looked back and was like, that really might not have been worth doing. But I still paid the price. Self-responsibility. Kind of like the law of cause and effect. This whole idea of you doing something that you want to do or that you think is the proper thing to do, and then somebody bailing your ass out because you fucked up, really isn't. There's no growth and there's no learning. All that does, especially when it's the federal government who bails you out, all it does is reinforce that behavior happening again, and so on and so on. But there's no growth, there's no learning. The only thing you learn is that, oh, it's somebody else's problem. It's not mine. I don't have to deal with it. All right, so I know I'm rambling. I guess it's time for me to just go ahead and get off of here. So, yeah, you guys go check out the website. Again, you can leave comments down here. I really want to know what your thoughts on it are. Share it to your friends. Put it on social media if you really like and support what I'm doing. The fact that I'm asking questions that need to be asked. Big thing is, especially after this episode, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. It's getting more and more difficult to bite my tongue, which you can probably tell by the language. Go to the website, theconstitutionalconfederate.com. I'll deal with changing the name and address, domain just as soon as I can. But for now, that's it. You can find the Southern Constitutionalist on Instagram and Twitter for right now. You won't find me on Facebook. I got kicked off of there and really have no desire to go back. But there's a lot of people that are being kicked off Facebook right now. Facebook has decided to clean house against people that are asking questions. Dave Rubin got temporarily suspended from Twitter. A couple of other people have had their accounts temporarily suspended from YouTube. YouTube is still trying to take out Crowder. God knows why. Everything and everyone related to Daily Wire and Blaze have all been demonetized, which means their videos don't really show up. You have to go look for them. Even if you are signed up or subscribed to them, even if you have the alert notification set, they don't alert you. So, yeah, they're really cracking down. When Biden and Circleback Psaki came out and said, we're working with social media to get rid of people, they weren't kidding. They're doing it. I had a suspension for a day or two last week on Twitter for responding to the vice president's page, or I don't know, whatever, something that the VP put out. I responded to it, but they didn't like what I had to say. There you go, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I got one person who keeps looking at posts and videos where I do mention the plandemic, and they keep posting or commenting underneath, not wanting to believe that NIH and CDC and the other supposed health alphabet soups aren't publishing real information. The thing that I find interesting, though, is that frontline doctors or whoever, they came out and said that hydroxychloroquine works and that they've been treating patients with it. They were instantly shut down. And it turns out that Flip-Flop Fauci's department, he was department head, back in 2005, published a paper which stated hydroxychloroquine, whatever, actually works against this type of virus, both as a treatment and a preventive, with little side effect. Yeah, that's actually been in the news. It was talked about last month. People pulled up the paper. Hell, my mother pulled up the paper when I said something to her about it. She was able to find it. Research paper out of NIH, the virology department that he's in charge of. But when asked about it in front of Congress, his response was, I don't know nothing about that. This paper was peer-reviewed. He had to sign off on it being published, whether he read it or not. All the peer review agreed with it. And yet he doesn't know. He didn't know. Anyway, frontline doctors, they actually have a website. I found out today. You can go to frontlinedoctors.org. They're still fighting the good fight. They are not allowed on social media at all. They won't be talked about in the news. They've been suppressed and tried to silence them, but they put their money together and built a website. Go there and check it out. I guess it's about all I can really offer you. It's already over 20 minutes. You guys watch your six.